This should probably be a more spookier book haul, but considering the fact that today, first of all, is warm because I don't really know why, even though it looks like it's going to rain, but who can guess this weather anymore? And second of all, consider that I don't have that many thrillers and horrors in this book haul. This is just going to be a normal book haul. We are, though, in spooky season, and I'm very happy about that. Hello beautiful bookworms, my name is Katrina and welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing another book haul because who is surprised? This time because I went to the Portuguese book fair, and for that reason I have some treasures to show you. I've got some books with fairly low prices, I have been given some, and I've got some manga. So because this month the manga that I've got is less than the books per se, I'm going to show the manga first, and then you will see the books that I got. So let's get into it. So the first one that I'm going to show is The Promised Neverland Volume 16. This is by Kai Shirai and Posuke Demisu, and oh my god, am I late to the Promised Neverland world because I haven't even read Volume 11. Yes. I am extremely late, but yes, this came out this month. For me, I am very, very happy. The Promised Neverland is basically a story about this group of kids and their orphanage, and they're sort of being created to being food for demons. And when they figure that out, they decide to run from the orphanage where they are being created. And they found out that they live in sort of a dystopian world where half of the world is kind of ruled by demons and there's half of the world ruled by humans. And there's this truce and this sort of peace treaty. And yeah, it's interesting, it's fun. I don't want to give a lot away. It's sort of a light horror based on this topic, which is not really my type of thing, but I am actually enjoying it, and at the point that I stopped, I was really, really liking the way the story was going, so I have to pick it up and just read it. Then we have another gorgeous hardback edition of Cardcaptor Sakura, and this is the 5th edition, which came really close to the 4th one. If you don't remember, I believe that I showed the 4th one in my last haul, and this one is just simply gorgeous. This collector's editions just make my day. They're just so beautiful, and they're hardback, and they're perfect, and if you don't know Cardcaptor Sakura, I would advise you to watch the animation or to read the manga since it is great. It's about this girl. She releases some cards created by a magician into the world, and she has to pick them up, all of them, before they release the apocalypse. So she gains magical powers, and it's amazing. It's my childhood, it's brilliant, and it's gorgeous. This is by Clamp. I don't know if I told you. It's a group of female mangakas, and they're great, they're amazing, and I love Sakura. And then we have another beautiful edition. This is the Fullmetal edition of Fullmetal Alchemist. This is volume 10 already. I mean, did I know that I was going to get so many? No. Am I so very happy? Yes. And this is by, I never remember this person's name, Jesus, Hiromu Harakawa, and this is great. It's Fullmetal Alchemist. I have talked about Fullmetal Alchemist so many times that at this point, if you don't know what this is, just tell me in the comments down below, because it's easier than giving a synopsis for this again. I mean, you probably are tired of hearing me giving a synopsis for this. It's one of the best stories ever written and shown in animated form. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is one of my favorite animes of all time. So just check it out because it's great. Now we're getting into the books, and all hail the book fair. So the first two that I'm going to show you, my mom actually gifted to me, and the first one is a Portuguese book by a Portuguese author, so I'm going to sort of translate the title loosely, and the translation would be Portuguese Psychopaths, 13 histories, real histories of death, perversion, and horror, which, okay, I will rant in a second. So this is by Joana Amaral Dias, and she is sort of like a professional on psychology, which I'm doing this face because if you haven't heard me talk about this, again, I'm always talking about this, but I'm doing my PhD thesis and my topic of research is actually psychopathy. And when people start defining like psychopathy with histories of horror and perversion and oh my god, they're so sick, I am like, that's not psychopathy. Study your shit before you publish stuff. So I'm getting into this knowing that this is probably sort of an account of horrible deeds made by some people in Portuguese history, which is interesting to a degree, but I really want to know what she has to say in order to actually call them psychopaths, because psychopathy is a personality trait, people. It's not a disease. And so this sort of approach, we will see how good this is. I am not going to judge a book before I read them, but I have to admit that all of the Friday the 13th shit going on here, it's not as appealing as it should be, since this topic is very familiar to me. So we will see about the stories of horror and whatever. It does sound interesting from a morbid point of view, which I do have, and you know, but yeah. And then my mother gifted me as well the Brothers Karamazov. And Karamazov, yes, okay. And this is by Fyodor Dostoevsky, and I have been slowly trying to collect some Russian literature since I've read Anna Karenina, because I loved Anna Karenina, and that's a perfect book. And I have Crime and Punishment to read, but Brothers Karamazov is a very known, very talked about novel, so I thought that if I like classics, if I want to get into Russian literature, I should probably get into this. And it had a great discount, and my mom found it, and it's a beautiful edition. So it was amazing. Then I have been gifted The Shadows Linger, and this is by Glenn Cook. This is the second book in the Chronicles of the Dark Company, I don't know, but this is supposed to be grim dark fantasy, and it's now coming out in Portuguese, and it's supposed to be fairly old in a way. I don't want to say really old, but it's supposed to have modeled grim dark fantasy, and so I have the first one. I haven't read it yet, because we all know that we don't tackle our TBR piles, because what fun will that be? And so I have the second already to see if I enjoy it. The third is already out, but I'm not going to buy it before I see if this interests me, I hope. But I think it's going to be nice. I know absolutely nothing about this. I only know there's a mercenaries company and there's this sorcerer, and I know nothing else. So I'm very excited to tackle this. Excited. I said excited. Why would I not be excited? Okay, so the next one I got for myself, and this is a beautiful edition called Dark Fantasy. It's all green, and it says Lovecraft short stories. So I don't have anything of H.P. Lovecraft, but I do know that he is a very known author, and I've read some of his tales, like The Call of Cthulhu, which all hail Cthulhu, because that sexy octopus is my man. Not in a perverted way, okay? I really liked octopuses. And I do know that H.P. Lovecraft wasn't the best person ever. However, his stories really made a dent into fantasy. There's even fantasy named after him, so Lovecraftian Fantasy, and it's sort of fantasy and horror. So because this edition is very, very green, which has a lot to do with him, and let's face it, it's just beautiful. And I do have an edition of this collection of Edgar Allan Poe short stories, which is there, but it's blue. I decided that this, for like 10, 11 euros, I don't even know, was a catch, so I got it. Then I've got two books from the same series, and because Portuguese translation was direct from the Swedish translation, I am going to do again a loose translation, but it's called Dark Secrets or Obscure Secrets, and this is by, I have no idea how you pronounce this. This is Swedish. I have no fucking idea. It's Jorth and Rosenfeld? Like, I have no idea, but look at this cover. It's really cool. And then I have The Disciple from the same dude. So, volume 1 and 2 of this forensic psychologist, which, if you don't know, was actually what I wanted to do with my life, being a profiler, which is not going to happen because I don't live in America. And even if I did, I wouldn't be able to because I'm not that good. But he's a profiler, and he has serial killers to discover. I don't know, thrillers, fun, we hope. We will see. Then I found something that is amazing, and this is by Honoré Balzac, and it is Eugenia Grandaf? I don't even know, but look at this edition. This was 5 euros. Like, it's just so pretty. I do believe this is the story of this woman. She is in love with someone, but she is from the high class society, and so she can't marry him, and she has a lot of suitors. And there's a family drama, of course. So I don't really know, but I've never read Balzac, and I really wanted to start. So why not start with a beautiful edition that I found for such a cheap price? And another beautiful edition that I have is Les Mis by Victor Hugo, and this is the first volume. Look at that. And it's illustrated on the inside. Let me see if I can find some illustrations. Of course, now that I'm here, there are no illustrations for me to show you. Oh, I found one. Okay. Look at that. And it's beautiful. I've been wanting to read Les Mis for a long, long time. I do have the rest of the volumes. However, they will be given to me slowly. So I have the first one now to read, and when I read it, maybe I will have the second one to read. We will see. And then the last two books of this book haul are God's Grave and Dark Dawn by J. Kristoff, which, yes, finally, I am already reading Nevernight, and I love that fucking book. And I've read like, what, 60 pages of it at the time of filming this, which is not the same as the time of posting it, as you probably know. So I can't wait to continue with this. And you probably all know the Nevernight series, so I'm not going to even bother to describe that to you, but yes, so much yes, I love this. And the covers are gorgeous. And yeah, so that's going to be it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you know any of these books or want to know any of these books, just tell me something down in the comments below. No spoilers, please. I hope every single one of you is okay, and that's going to be it for today. So happy readings to you all. Bye!